Hi kids! Our topic for this week is visualizing decimals numbers using models and renaming decimals numbers to fraction. After going through this lesson, you're expected to visualize decimal numbers using models like blocks, grids, number lines, and money to show the relationship to fractions. You are also expected to rename decimal numbers to fraction whose denominator are factors of 10 and 100 to decimals. The number that has a dot after the ones digit is called decimal numbers. These digits after the ones denoted tenths, hundreds, and so on. Decimal number can be changed or named into fraction form and vice versa. So let us have first these decimal numbers. So, ito po yung tinatawag nating decimal numbers after the decimal or the dots. Okay? We have 1, 2, 3. So, after the dots, we have 1. Okay? And that is in tenths. After the dots or the first number after the dot is tenths. Then the second number is hundreds. And the third number is thousands. Now that is denoted as tenths, hundred, thousands after the dots or a decimal numbers. Okay, so let us have this example. We have 0.1. Let us convert that or in a form of a fraction. Now, since we have one digit after the dots, so meaning our denominator is tenths because 1 is tenths. So let's say we have 10 and then copy 1. Again, 1 is a tenth. So our denominator is 10. Then copy 1. The next, 0.12. So as you can see, we have 2 digit, right? When you have a 2 digit, our denominator is hundreds. Why? Because tenths, hundreds. That's why we have a denominator of hundreds. Then copy a number, which is 12. So 0.12 is equal to 12 over 100. Next, we have 0.123 or 0.123. So we have tenths, hundred, and thousands. So if you have 3 numbers after the dots, the denominator is thousands. And copy the number 123. Okay? So, tatandaan natin, pag meron tayong isang digit after the dots, meaning that is in a tenths. 1 digit, 1 0. Then if you have 2 digits, that is in hundreds. 2 0, 2 digits. Then if you have 3 digits, that is in thousands. 3 digit and 3 zeros. Now, let us visualize decimal using blocks or cubes. Now, how can we visualize? Paano natin maipapakita ang decimals using ng blocks or cubes? So, let's say we have a decimal of 0.6. Okay? So, paano natin siya i-convert into fraction? So, as I said kanina, if you have 1 digit after the dots, the denominator is, so this is tenths. So denominator is 10. And copy 6. We have 6 over 10. Now, paano natin siya i-visualize using a blocks? So we have 10 here. So gagawa ka ng 10 blocks or 10 cubes. You're going to draw. Okay? 10 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is our denominator, which is 10. Kung ano yung denominator, yun ang idodrawing mo. And then, our numerator is 6. So you are going to color or shade the 6 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that is how we visualize decimal using a blocks or cubes. Okay? Another example. So we have 0.4. Now what is the fractions of 0.4? So we have 4 over 10. Because 0.4 is tenths or in a tenths, and then copy the numerator, which is 4. Now, paano naman tayo gagawa ng blocks? So since na 10 ang denominator natin, we are going to draw a blocks or a 10 blocks or cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very simple. After mo mag-draw ng 10 cubes, then, tignan nyo yung numerator nyo, which is 4. So, let us shade or color 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that is how we visualize decimal using blocks and cubes. A very simple procedure. Next, let us visualize decimal using grids. Now, paano naman natin maipapakita o ma-represent ang decimal using a grids? So, let's say we have 0.12. Now, again, convert it into fraction. So, 0.12 is 2-digit. So, since pag 2-digit niyan, so our denominator is 100 because tenths 100. That's why our denominator is 100. Then copy 12. Then, let us draw a grids. Paano tayo magdo-draw ng grids? So again, the same doon sa cubes. Tignan yung denominator. We have here a denominator of 100. So you're going to make 100 grids or 100 na hati. So let us have this example. Okay. So that is divided into 100. Okay? Then 12. You're going to shade 12 squares in the grids. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now that is how visualize decimal using a grids, right? Very simple. Another example. Let's say we have 0.20. Now let us in a form of a fraction. So 0.20 is in hundreds. So we have 20 over 100. So again, let us use a grids. Again, we have 100 squares in a grids. And then, ang numerator natin is 20. We are going to shade 20 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, that is how we visualize 0.20 in using a grids. Next, how about we have 0.7? Gagamit pa rin tayo ng grids. So let us first convert that into fraction. So we have 0.7. So that is in a tenths. So our denominator is 10. We have 7 over 10. Okay? So since our denominator is 10, so 10 lang ang gagawin mong grids. Okay. So meron tayong 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have a numerator of 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay. So kung ilan lamang ang inyong denominator, yun lang ang inyong i-drawing. Pag 10, 10 din na grids. And pag 100, 100 din na squares using a grids. Okay? So, napakadali lang po mag-visualize ng decimals using a grids and cubes. Next, number line naman tayo. Visualize decimal using number line. Okay, so we have 0.3. 0.3. In a fraction, we have 3 over 10 because 3 is in a tens. One digit, 1 0. So, paano natin siya or paano natin gagamitin ang number line? Gagawa tayo ng number line. Ayan. So, since our denominator is 10, magiging 10 din yung barcode nyo or yung number na nasa line. 10. And then, our numerator is 3. So, let us shade 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. Yan, napaka-simple. Another example. 0.9. So, that is in a tenth. So, we have 9 over 10. Again, gagawa tayo ng number line na may number na 10. Then, we have a numerator of 9. Now, let us shade 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So, napakadali rin gumawa ng or mag-visualize ng decimal using a number line. Kung say for example, we have 100 ang denominator natin. So, you're going to make a number line, a number in a number line na 100. Okay? Okay, next. 1 decimal place. Let us convert 0.5 into fraction. Okay? So, let's say, so alam natin, 1 digit, 1 0. So, 0.5, we have 5 over 10. Now, 5 over 10, pwede pa natin siyang i-lowest term. Mag-iisip ka ng isang number na pwedeng i-divide kay 5 at pwedeng i-divide kay 10 to find the lowest term ng 5 over 10. So, we have 5. Okay? So, 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. So, the lowest term of 5 over 10 is 1 half. Or, 0.5 is equal to 1 half. Okay? So, mag-iisip lang kayo or ilo-lowest term nyo lang siya kung pwede siyang i-lowest term. Another example, 0.4. Now, convert it into fraction. We have 4 over 10. 1 digit, 1 0. So, we have 4 over 10. Pwede ba natin i-lowest term? Yes. Now, saan natin pwedeng i-divide si 4 at 10? Kay 2. So, we have 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So, 0.4 is equal to 2 over 5 or 2/5. Next, 0.8 is equal to 8 over 10, right? So, 8 over 10. Pwede pa ba siyang i-lowest term? Think a number na pwede mo siyang i-divide kay 8 at pwede mong i-divide kay 10. Okay. So, we have 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now, 0.8 is equal to 4/5. Last, we have 0.9. Okay? In a fraction, we have 9 over 10. Can we have, or meron pa ba siyang lowest term, ang 9 over 10? Okay, wala na. So, wala na tayong ibang pwedeng i-divide kay 9 at 10. So, 0.9 is equal to 9 over 10. Next, let us have 2 decimal place. Pag 2 decimal na or 2 digit, ibig sabihin our denominator is hundreds. Okay, so we have 0.25. We have 2 digit, we have 2 zeros. Okay? Pag 2 digit siya, meaning 100 ang iyong denominator. So we have 25 over 100. May lowest term pa ba ang 25 and 100? Yes, it has. So 25 and 100, saan natin siya pwedeng i-divide? Kay 25. So 25 divided by 25 is 1. And 100 divided by 25 is 4. Okay? So 0.25 is equal to 1/4. Next, 0.50. Okay? So in a fraction, we have 50 over 100. Now, find the lowest term of 50 and 100. So divided by 50. 50 divided by 50 is equal to 1, and 100 divided by 50 is 2, meaning 0.50 is equal to 1/2. Next, we have 0.40. We have 40 over 100. Now, let us find the lowest term of 40 over 100. Let us divide it by 20. 40 divided by 20 is 4, and 100 divided by 20 is 5. So 0.40 is equal to 4/5. Next, 0.35. So in a fraction, we have 35 over 100. Now, meron pa bang lowest term si 35 and 100? Okay, wala na. So we have 35 over 100 ng 0.35. So tatandaan, pag meron or 1 decimal place or 1 digit after the dots, the denominator is 10. Pag 2 digits naman, the denominator is 100. Okay, fraction to decimal. 210. Okay, 0.2. 7 over 100, we have 0.07. And 65 over 100, we have 0.65. Now, napakasimple mag-convert ng fraction into decimal. You can divide 2 divided by 10. Okay? Or 0.10. Copy 2 and then make sure na nasa 10 siya. The next, 7. Bakit ganito yung decimal niya? Because tenths, hundreds. Okay? Kasi yung denominator niya is hundreds. So, dapat nasa 100 place yung 7. So, pwede mo rin i-divide yung 7 divided by 100. Ang sagot niya ay 0.07 or 0.07. Then next, we have 65 over 100. So, 65 is in hundreds. Okay? 2 digits, 2 zeros. Then, you can divide also 65 divided by 100. The answer is 0.65. So, that is how we convert fraction to decimals. Magdi-divide lang po kayo. Next, let us have the learning task 1. Show the following decimals using grids. Write your answer in your notebook. So, ano ang gagawin dito sa learning task number 1? Okay, ganito ang gagawin ninyo sa learning task number 1. Ayan. So, dapat, ang sagot nyo dito sa learning task number 1 ay ganito. You are going to show a grids or you are going to draw a grids, then shade. Okay? Then next, learning task 2. Show the following decimal using number lines. Write your answer in your notebook. Ganito rin po ang magiging sagot nyo sa learning task number 2. You're going to show or visualize a decimals into a number line. Okay? So, make sure na i-convert nyo muna siya into fraction. Okay? So, ayan. Gagamit kayo ng number line 1 to 10, then shade yung nasa numerator. And then, learning task 3, show the following decimal using cubes. Write your answer in your notebook. So, ito rin. Ganito ang gagawin nyo sa learning task 3. You're going to draw or use a cubes or blocks to visualize decimals. Again, 0.4, i-ano nyo muna siya into fraction. The next, learning task 4, rename the following decimal form into fraction form. Write your answer in your notebook. Again, learning task 4, pag 2 digits, after the dots, ang inyong magiging denominator ay hundreds. At kung isa lang, after the dots, ang magiging denominator nyo is tens. Then copy the number. The next, learning task 5, rename the following fraction form into decimal form. Write your answer in your notebook. And then, dito naman sa learning task 5, you can divide or tignan yung denominator, which is 10, then copy the denominator. The numerator rather. Okay? Since na yung denominator is tenths, dapat yung 5 in a form of decimal, nasa tenth siya. So, example dito sa number 1, we have the answer of 0.5. Okay? So, that is learning task in your module. I hope na naintindihan, naunawaan, at alam na yung gagawin sa kada learning task sa ating module this week.